Peace and blessings and keep up the lessons. You know who this is. Your crypto B-boy coming at you. Yeah, I got what I said I was going to come in with this next video with the BRICS news and things that, I really believe for myself is a catalyst. So let's get in and listen to my point of view of this issue, which might be some great benefit for the likes of us in the crypto space. All right, ready? Let's get it. Are you ready? Let's get it. Yes, I'm here again, and we're going to get in. So just hang in there with me. I got something queued up, a pretty good video to get into, and I'm going to let you listen to what these people, are saying. That they're from South Africa. There's two gentlemen, and is an interviewer of, some news on from South Africa, is a news network station, and they interviewing these two gentlemen about the BRICS nations and what they feel that they can do. Okay, so I'm going to show you, let you listen in, and we can go from there. But before I do that, I would like to thank those who have have come in with me and pretty much has been doing a lot of viewership, trying to get in with me and see what I got to say, see the things that I got to say. And it's not a thing of, I need people to hear what I got to say. I'm trying to get things out. And it's like, when a person who's a business person, they have products and they want to, sell their products. So I'm not trying to sell myself in a sense, put it that way. Don't take it wrong. But the products that they make, and the best business person or best entrepreneur is gonna try to give something that the people are gonna benefit from, that the people are gonna really deep down inside their heart and soul and their body as well, and their surroundings of in their life or what they're dealing with is gonna benefit them wholeheartedly. You understand? So that's where I come from when I bring what I bring, and sometimes I use like riddles, or I use some like symbolism, and that's because of who I am as a person of faith, But besides me being person of faith, I have my background. I've came up into this land of America and pop culture and all this stuff, and I have my experiences, 52 years of such. Well, I'll go from me being a young adult first from there. So a little bit, then 52 years, we'll say 42, giving myself a little more time when I came in to start learning. Well, at the age of 10, I learned pretty much a bit things too. I was out there. But anyway, so basically, let's just listen in and get the gist of what's going on here and enjoy. Oops, wrong. That's wrong thing. Okay, enjoy what's being said. All right, let's listen. Hold on for a sec. I'll cue it up. Give me a quick minute. Hold on. Where we at? Okay, come on now. Sorry. Alrighty then. Let's click on it. There we go. All right, here we go.
Speculate on the implications of an international reserve currency planned by Russia and China amid fears that the US might be facing a recession. Now, the announcement of a reserve currency was made by Russian President Vladimir Putin during the BRICS summit in June. Meanwhile, former US President Donald Trump warns of a depression if the US economy continues on the slow growth path. Associate Professor of African Politics at UNISA, Professor Everesto Benyera, as well as Regin Kosi, who is the Executive Director and the Head of Research on Macroeconomics, Money and Banking at First Source Money, join us for a discussion. Great to have both of you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Leanne. Thanks for having us.
It's an absolute pleasure. Yeah, Reg, let me begin with you. I mean, we speak about a reserve currency as if everybody knows what a reserve currency actually is. So perhaps let's start with the basics here. What exactly is a reserve currency, and why should societies bother with what actually happens in the space when they have this kind of thing?
Yeah, a reserve currency is that dominant currency in which transactions, economic transactions, are mostly used in a region, in a continent, globally. So in this case, we have the US dollar as the preeminent reserve currency. This does not necessarily mean the US dollar itself is the reserve currency. The euro is to some extent, and Japanese yen, but preeminently the US dollar is that currency which international economic transactions are conducted in. So it becomes a vital core in international economic governance. Hence, such an important issue as currency reserves being now suggested by the BRICS.
Okay, so we look at that, and the dollar is the dominant reserve currency. I mean, in a nutshell, that's pretty much so what it is. But we've got Russia saying, hang on a second, this should not be the case. We should look at our own reserve currency as discussed at BRICS. Is that in basics what the Russian president is suggesting?
Absolutely. That's exactly what the president is suggesting, is because the US is abusing that dominance it has for its currency. So we have what they call the exorbitant privilege that the US has for its currency, being the one that's being used globally. So the US is using that as a tool, as a weapon to whip all those that do not comply with whatever it wants them to comply with.
Mm. And when we look at the state of the US at the moment, and we talk about the US economy, and perhaps, Prof, you want to come in and also weigh in on this, with having the US as a reserve currency, and the threats and the talk of a recession and then a depression, and having the US currency as that reserve, what implications are there? Let's talk about that now.
Lian and the viewers, good morning, and thanks, Reg, for laying that foundation. Let me politicize a bit, or put it in football terms, as it were. A reserve currency underwrites state sovereignty. So there is usually a link between failed states and a currency. You tend to find states that are failed having no currency at all. So this is why there is so much talk, so much attention, and so much hype about this reserve currency, because there is a direct link between state sovereignty and a currency. In this case, the sovereignty of the global south, underwritten by the BRICS countries. Secondly, Lian, we are witnessing a new international financial order in the making. Whether we like it or not, there is a new financial order that is being developed as an...
Yeah, I wanted to speak a little bit on, because this guy, he has a stronger accent than the other West African, or excuse me, South African gentleman there. And basically he's trying to say that, the states that fail with their currency, this is a reason why we see what we see as far as what a reserve currency is, and it comes in and takes place of the failed currency of that state or a country, as they can say, in other words. And so the reserve currency becomes something that's regularly used and allows them to be able to have leverage financially to still function. You know what I mean? So they're using another currency that's a reserve currency, and so forth, and also to make transfer of funds. Transfer of goods back and forth in their country that they're buying. Let's say, for instance, a main good that's needed for most countries is fuel, is oil. So they buy it in the petrodollars, and this is what he's speaking on. And he's saying unlike a sovereign country that has no, they don't have any ties, they don't have to depend on a reserve currency, or they don't have to depend on another country's money or usage, or so forth. And that's what he's trying to say, basically. All right, let's listen more.
Alternative to the dollar-euro dominated international financial order, mainly because of what Reggie said, which is the abuse of the current system by the United States and its allies. Thirdly, allow me to observe that you cannot separate money from war. The two are interlinked, because the most profitable business in the world is a war. There is no war in history that has made a loss. This is why Cicero said, money is the soul of the war. So if all wars are profitable, then we can trace the rise of not only reserve currencies, but currencies themselves to war. When the Massachusetts Bay Colony printed the first banknotes in the United States way back in 1690, it was to fund its military operations. Again, in 1914, when the First World War, the so-called First World War ended, that is when we saw the rise of the United States dollar as the global reserve currency, courtesy of the meeting that occurred at the Bretton Woods institutions. So we see a direct link between war and currencies. So what are the implications for the United States if I now go back to your question? Firstly, there is going to be inflation at home. Inflation is going to visit the United States of America. Secondly, the United States is now going to fight in many fronts because remember, there is already a challenge that is coming from digital currencies such as blockchain technologies as an alternative to the US dollar hegemony. So now it is going to be fighting on two fronts.
And you see that? And that's my main point, is that is what's the catalyst to what is going to continue to be happening as we see is going on, that the world is being pushed into digital currency or digital technology that is going to, function, be the actual technological function for their currencies and their economical infrastructure to work on, for now to be the new way of how it's going to function, not off of fiat currency systems, or you have like Swift, where the old messaging system that they have now, it's going to take place more with the DLT and more interoperability functions for their infrastructures, the financial infrastructures of countries, banking systems, all of that. You understand what I'm saying? That everything will be functional through these technologies, blockchain technologies, fintech companies being the ones providing this, like Ripple, XRP Ledger, providing this function. And the XRP ledgers being an open source, so that these people or these countries and these organizations that are financial organizations, banking systems, or that they help to propel or to allow the functions of their economy, helps the economy of that country, the central banks, okay, taking part and adopting this, even if it's underhandedly, but the BRICS nation are ahead of it, and they know that they need to do this. So that's why I believe that there are the catalysts, besides the things that we see happening and the distractions and the FTX falling and causing it even more of a reason of the changes going on in America, and let alone globally, for cryptocurrency and the cryptocurrency space, and regulation trying to come in and either balance everything out like they should, but more or less some enforcement coming in to create regulatory clarity. This is all just part of the plan. But what the BRICS nation is showing is that they are going to bring the downfall towards America, especially its system, in the same of what it used to be, to making it where it's forced to have to change in order to catch back up with the rest of these nations, let alone the BRICS nation, but even other nations like UK and so forth that are adopting cryptocurrency or blockchain technology. And this is what it is. That's the point that I'm bringing. So thanks for listening. I'm going to cut off from here, and I may get into a little bit more of this video that they did, and maybe a second part or so forth, because it is very interesting in what they bring, and the other guy as well, this guy that you last seen speaking. But thank you very much for listening. Until next time, don't forget to click the like button. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Share the video. Save the video too, because you can always save if it's too long and you think it's too long. You can go back in and watch. Don't give up and say, oh no, I don't want to watch this. These guys, his video's too long. Take it and save it like I do. I do plenty of YouTuber videos that I watch, and I do my own watching and viewing of YouTubers. I'm subscribed to other YouTubers, especially a matter of fact, those who might subscribe to me, I might subscribe to you back. That's the type of person I am. But subscription doesn't say dollars. It doesn't say you have to join or become a member of that person's channel. That's not the same thing. Subscription is that you get yourself a chance to be able to have notifications sent to you. You press that notification button, bell icon, and you will get more videos coming to your email or wherever you can receive the message and notification that they do use in the system of the YouTube system. So basically that's what happens. So don't forget to subscribe and everything that I say. But if you don't want to listen to the video and it's too long for you, then right at this point in time, then allow it to keep going. Allow yourself to save the video, and then you can keep on going with the rest of the video if you want to just stop at where you're at because you don't have the time. Okay? All right. Thank you very much. Take care. Until later and next time, this is your brother Talib. Oh, that's from my other channel. This is the Crypto B-Boy coming at you. Take care. Peace.